I think England coaches have tried to put all of these creative players in one. Do you remember the golden generation of Scholes,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it didn't
Beckham,
work also.
right? And it didn't work also when they put all of them in the midfield. So I think people are like,
Hmm.
okay, so now they've gone for balance and they've left out Foden, Kopama, and all those people, even Eze, and gone for balance of Declan Rice,
Yeah.
Anderson,
And the
and it still
same.
not work. So
We like to bring you unfiltered opinions, sharp analysis, and some big love for Canadian hopes and eyes and every form of football across the world. Um, it's a sad one because I was supporting England. I really wanted them to go all the way. And we are where we are, and we just have to talk about it no matter what. Before we go ahead, Crespo, Joshua, and we have a new person with us, Tomowa. Tomowa, can you start by saying hello to everyone?
Hello, everyone. My name is Tong Akinson. Yeah, I'm from the UK. I'm 15 as well. So yeah,
Wow. Wow, that's a good one.
yeah.
Like everyone already knows Crespo and Josh, so we probably just dive right into it. Josh, can you just tell us why we are here, really? Because I really
why
don't
we are
know
here is because we just
why we are here,
I
really.
mean, the game just concluded, the second semi-final of the FIFA World Cup 2026, and we just witnessed Argentina versus England. And what a game, what an epic game, what a comeback. And we're just here to talk about it, get initial reactions, emotions, and all of that, and just talk about the two semi-finals that happened today and also yesterday. But wow, what a game!
Okay, yeah. Josh, I'm a Crespo.
Yeah, absolutely. What a game! What a game! What a game! An interesting game to watch and interesting game to be a part of. I would say the English side did. I think they did their best, but again, like I always try to say, when there's quality and the quality is at its best, you really can't do so much, or there's little to what you can do. And also, it's good to have Tomiwa here. Is I would say is the most supporter of England, the English team,
Yeah.
and I would like to know how he feels, after going a goal up, and in 4 minutes, just like Egypt did, they conceded
Mm,
2 goals.
exactly. Yeah. I think for me generally before I allow Tomowa go ahead, so looking at some of those duels won, it was evenly matched for me up until about the 56th minute when England, decided
Yeah.
to take that different direction, and it was looking like England had that control. But all of a sudden, those guys turned it up, and that's why I kind of agree with Crespo's position. When a good team decides to switch it up, they take full control, and we saw
Absolutely.
that coming from Argentina. But Tomo, just give us your view generally about that match. What do you think
Uh,
generally? Yeah.
yeah. I think it was a brilliant match for like a neutral view. As an England fan supporter as myself, I was very, very disappointed, and I feel like it's in our nature to be doing this type of stuff. I remember the 2018 one. We got to semi-final against Croatia. We lost that one as well. We had good chances. We could have gone to the final again. 2022 in the against
Against
France in the
France.
quarterfinal.
Yeah.
That was quite. It was a controversial game. We could have won. I remember the Harry Kane two penalties, scored one, then he missed the other. And then today, Argentina again. When Gordon scored, I feel like everyone thought it could actually be coming in, but then we were brought back to our senses. Remember this England, so yeah. So initial reactions, I'm quite disappointed, but I feel like it was a very good display from Argentina, and as a neutral, I think it was very good.
It was good. So, looking at initial reactions generally, Crespo, when you are looking at how the duels were really won, especially looking at the number of passes, we're almost having an Argentina team do almost double the number of passes, starting from the 56th minute when they knew that there was pressure. But generally, what do you think of where we are generally, the way Argentina is going? What do you think is wrong?
So again, I just think Argentina, they keep defiling the odds. Everybody feels they can't do it, but each time they get the opportunity, they just tell us, hey, you know what, we've got one of the best players in the world, and when it comes to that pressure, we're just going to rise up to the occasion. The again, it's the Argentine team all through this tournament have shown us, what, we rather not start good. We let you have fun, and once you get one ahead of us, then we'll tell you, hey, we're here. This is the third game in a row that they're playing, and they're having to come from behind, and it is just interesting to see what they would do against Spain. The argument would be, will Spain let possession go off like the English team did? Prior to the 55th minute, I think the English team had most of the possession. We're also surprised that the way they were able to control the game, they pushed the Argentines back. But I think shortly after the goal from Gordon, they just, like Thomas said, they switched off, and just, what, let's go defend. And defending, in my opinion, I think cost this team so much. So I would think for lessons learned, another bitter lesson learned from the English team. Like Joshua would say, why do you have to defend that deep? Again, they felt they could push all the way with the one goal, and probably because of the kind of coach they have. Tuchel would usually get away with a goal and a goal margin with most teams. He did that in the Champions League against Man City, and I probably thought that was what his plans were to do again this time around. But sadly, that didn't work. Also towards the end of the game, we had about two or three balls hit the crossbar from Argentina. Again, at this level, you don't let a good team put you on so much pressure. If you allow them, you might just crack.
Yeah, I think before Joshua jumps on it, I want to talk about that defending late in the game, especially how the low block starts to turn up as a major, like a major safe harbor for a lot of teams these days, especially when you're able to score at this level of the competition. And Joshua, I just wanted you to give me your own view. Their game against Norway, they defended so well. Is it the quality of Norway, or you feel that this low block cannot really work, really? Or what do you think, really?
I think it's a bit of both. The game against Norway was a terrible game, even from England and Norway. Like they both didn't
Yeah,
really play well, and Norway were not in the game as they were against Brazil. So I would say England really had no, they didn't have to deal with a lot of pressure in the Norway game. And today, unlike what Crespo said, I think England really had their gameplay or game plan in terms of they wanted to sit deep, soak up the pressure and try to hit Argentina on the counter because, of course, they're faster than the Argentines, than them going forward. And you could see even the goal came from that in terms of Kane dropping pass up through to
to
Morgan
get
Rogers and all of
yeah,
that. And they got the goal. And of course, when your mentality is to play that way, when you then get the goal, you just by
yeah,
default want to see deep. And as opposed to Argentina, who brought on attacking players, England brought on defensive players because they were trying to protect the lead, even though they had attackers on the bench. So it just kind of switches the momentum in a way, gives initiative to the opposition. You just get to invite more pressure, and as you've seen with Argentina all through this tournament, is we saw that against Egypt, against Cape Verde, is they just bring out their best when they are under pressure. I don't know how they do it. They play better when they are chasing the game as opposed to when it's level or when they're leading. And again, we just saw that again today. Like the deeper England went, the more Argentina got on the ball. And also the quick tactical change that the coach did, which I really liked, was that he brought on first Nico Gonzalez, he brought on Rodrigo De Paul, he brought on
yeah.
Montiel,
Say,
and he
bro,
just
Otamendi.
brought on Otamendi, and they just overloaded the right hand side and started putting in crosses. McAllister hit the post twice. The first header he should have scored, like that was a free header. And just like Messi did against Egypt and against Cape Verde, is when the pressure comes on, he just moves to the right side of the pitch. If you notice, from the
Yeah,
middle, he just moves to the right and start dictating play from the right, putting in crosses. And the two goals came from Messi being at that right hand side.
yeah,
And
yeah. And not two assists. Yeah,
when they got the goal and they got the second goal, also it was then too late for England to come out because you've brought only defenders in. They were not trying. You see them bringing on Ivan Toney and Rashford, but by that time it was already too late.
too
So, like I
late. Yeah,
always say, and I always said with Arsenal at the time, is when you play this way, like the results matters. Only the result matters. Like the result is at the end of the day is what that matters. And England have been getting results. They got results like that against Norway. They got results like that against Mexico. But they were just not able to do that again today. And maybe also that's due to the quality they were facing. I mean, they've not faced any team that had this much quality. So it just only made sense that they cracked under the pressure. But again, the end justifies the means. At the end of the day, England and Tuchel will look back at this that could they have just kept up the pressure a bit as opposed to trying to defend that one good lead. But again, it's if, but, woulda, coulda, shoulda. At the end of
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we've seen that it's not do this time and time with this tournament, and it's just. I mean, I really can't believe. Like when the second goal went in, I was like, I couldn't quite believe what I was watching. Like, how have they gotten away with this again? Like,
This
how have they
again.
put
Yeah.
3 times.
the fire again? Like, it's just remarkable.
Philip, we're really excited to see you. And we want you to be able to jump on this one and give us your, not even 2 cents this time, maybe 50 cents, if possible.
Hello,
Dr.
good
Philip.
evening, gentlemen.
Yeah, thanks, Jerry.
It's good to be here. It's good to be here amongst you. I got the invite and I jumped in immediately. I think what we saw was a managerial fiasco. I think on a global stage, for that matter, you could do that. You could get away with that in a league game or something, but to go and do that in a World Cup final, that was a global managerial fiasco from Thomas Tuchel, who I never rated in the first place. I never rated. I think the 2020 Champions League win really glamorized his career. That Champions League win made him think he's one of the top managers. He's not. He's not. He was just fortunate to have won that league, that Champions League, and when it mattered the most, you see him crash and choke. His excuse so far has always been, "Oh, they never gave me time. Chelsea didn't give me time." This guy had a star-studded PSG team. He didn't do anything with that PSG team either, like nothing, right? So when you see his approach, you can tell where his philosophy is. He's not a manager that wants to outsmart the other opponent or to show that I am superior. On the day, I am superior to you. My ideas are better than your ideas. My execution is more precise than yours. He's just hoping. He's just hoping to get one past you. That was what he did in the Champions League final. Havertz got the goal, and there was nothing else. Chelsea literally offered nothing else in that game, right? Same thing in this game. They were on the ascendancy a little bit before the hydration break. Things were going England's way. Argentina was trying to remove the fluidity in their play. That was why you were seeing a lot of rough fouls, breaking play, tackles. So they didn't want England to get into a very fluid state, right? So there were a lot of punctuations in play, which is cool. That is the idea of Argentina to stop England. But luck smiles on you. You go ahead in the 55th minute, right? You go ahead in the 55th minute, and what do? From that moment, you resort into a low block. If you've been conversing football with me, I will always say it. A good attack any day, anytime is better than a good defense. I always say
Yeah.
it. A good
Definitely.
attack any day, anytime is better than a good defense. Because when you attack, you give yourself two probabilities. It's either I score or I stop you from having
From
enough time
chance to score. Yeah.
So if either of those things happen, I'm good, right? I either go 2 goals up or I overwhelm you with attack so much that the game ends 1-0 and I'm still the winner. But when you resort into defending, you give the opponent the incentive. You incentivize them to come on to you. Oh, test my defenders. Come and test my defensive setup. Bro, you're not the greatest defensive manager in the world. You don't have the greatest defenders. You are partnering Guehi and John Stones in 2026, right? Jed Spence is your makeshift left back, turn right back, whatever back you want to put in. Glass leg Chris James is your
Chris James. Yeah.
right back, right? So these are not world beaters in defensive prowess. These are not world beaters, as defenders. But when you put them there for like the majority of the second half, you invite the defending world champion to come and test you. I'm surprised that game ended. The game ending 2-1 was a respect to England. That game should have easily been 4-1 in favor of
Yeah,
Argentina.
with those
Yeah. Those two
Like,
goals. Yeah.
Put
It's
them
in the
away and
back.
let the whole world know that, now everybody is celebrating a narrow comeback. No, it should have been a comfortable comeback. Like, we beat these people 4-1, yes. go home and cry, right? But how does Thomas Tuchel manage a one? You have one leg in a World Cup final. You have one leg. Do you think Spain results into defending? Do you think Spain goes one goal up and they result into defending?
Yeah.
No, that's a
Spain,
different
when
one.
you look at Spain in every position, they probably don't have the best or top three players in those
Yeah.
positions. What they have is technical superiority. Spain gets on the pitch of play and they know in themselves that we are technically superior to this team. We will lean into our strength, right? We will lean into where we are strong. We will show these people that okay, we are good at holding the ball and playing the ball. Let's see what you are good at. Let's see how you can hurt us. England are more physical than Argentina. England are faster than Argentina. England are younger than Argentina. They are fresher. They've not played three
Taller also.
consecutive extra time fixtures. Argentina have played three straight extra time, if I'm not wrong, right? So they are more spent, they are more tired, they are older players. Everything is working against them. You are younger, you are more athletic, you are more physical, you are fresher. And what do? 55th minute, you go and get yourself into a low block. You substitute your best winger, Gordon, who was their speed outlet.
Yeah.
When you needed to relieve the pressure or you needed someone to drive with the ball, cover distance, Gordon was the guy. Not even Jude Bellingham. But you remove Gordon, you don't replace him with maybe a Rashford, maybe a Saka, maybe something to give the opponent a worry.
Yeah. Why did Saka
Yeah.
even get a chance?
You remove Gordon, and guess who you bring on? You bring on Konsa, right? So we are going into like a fully defensive
Yeah,
shape.
3-5-2. He did it to 3-5-4-1. When I saw when the young
This guy
left
came in
back
and he
came,
was
I
saying
saw him say 4-5-1.
5-4-1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 5-4-1.
You
Yeah,
can see that this was a manager that was just hoping to defend for a larger part of the second half, a one goal lead. Meanwhile, if you've done your tactical and managerial duties, you will know your opponent has come back from a 2 goal deficit. They've come back from a 1 goal deficit.
Deficit.
They've
The
yeah,
come
same
back from
competition.
literally any scenario you want to think of. Either you go 2 goals up, you go 3 goals up. They've clawed back their way. But you are here with a 1 goal deficit, and you think, you know what? We are going to see this 1 goal out. We are going to go to a final. It was a fiasco, honestly. It was a fiasco. But let's not take anything away from Argentina. Kudos to this team. We've been watching them every game, thinking that they will falter, thinking that they would fall off. But time after time, it's like a cat with 9 lives. They just
yeah,
kept proving us wrong, coming back, and they are not doing something so complicated, right? The manager keeps it simple. He sees that they need to score. He sacrifices balance in the midfield for
crossing
more
the ball in
bodies
the
in the
box.
attack, right?
Yeah,
So at a point in time, they can have 3 strikers on the pitch. They can have 4 strikers on the pitch, and then Messi vacates the center forward position. He
and
goes to
moves to the
more like
right.
the right wing forward position, and then he starts to
Putting
influence the
crosses.
Bringing crosses in. Yeah.
right leg, anything he can do, draw
Then
fouls.
Romero goes forward again. Romero just leaves
Romero
defense and
joins
goes
the attack.
forward.
So it's simple.
Exactly.
It's like route one football. We need to score. Do everything possible to score. Simple.
Yeah, put the ball in the box.
Yeah, ball in the box. Exactly. All balls in the box. Route one
Yeah,
football. Just put the ball in the box and hope. See, their 2 goals came from putting the ball in
go in the
dangerous
box. Yeah, yeah,
area. Yeah, simple. Just put the ball in the dangerous area. Let's get it done. Even when England went 2 goals down, did they put the ball in the box? Did they whip in any cross? Did you see any threatening cross? Did
none.
you see any
Yeah,
something to just give them, like a slim hope,
yeah.
maybe a
The
cool
momentum
down?
was gone after.
Exactly.
Yeah, they had
So
killed that momentum.
by sunrise tomorrow, I think they should be sacking Thomas Tuchel and just sacking him. They should be writing him a bill of restitution. He should be restituting monies he has been paid as the England manager, because you can't come to the you can't. How has he done better than Gareth Southgate? What
Exactly,
has he done
that's the
better than
discussion
Gareth
now.
Southgate?
Yeah,
Did Southgate not make the
that'll
Champions
be
League,
yeah, that's
discussion
that's
the
the
now.
World Cup
conversation now.
semi-final?
Yeah,
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did he not make the World Cup semi-final?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
did.
he did. Against, yeah,
2018. Yeah,
Croatia.
And he lost to who?
Croatia. Yeah,
Somebody lost to Croatia. Somebody lost to
those two.
Argentina.
Yeah, yeah.
One is a fraud. One is touted as a professional tactical manager. They are both cloth. They are both cut from the same
But to
cloth.
be fair, this is first. Let's to be fair.
This is the worst.
Gareth Southgate had 3 tournaments, right?
No, I understand
Two
Southgate has 3
eliminations
tournaments,
into it.
but Southgate is also, in terms of experience, you probably can put him side by
In the
side
same,
with
yeah,
someone like
sure,
Tuchel.
sure, sure.
Tuchel will tell you I've managed at the highest level. This is
Yeah,
the highest level. You know,
yeah.
and sorry to take your time. Let's go back to the crux of this. Where he got it wrong was that lineup, actually.
That lineup.
Let's be
Yeah.
honest. He has done what every England manager has done since I've been watching football. When it matters the
Even the
most,
squad list
put
that he
out
got.
the weakest team. For some reason, I don't know why they do it. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Every English manager I have seen, every manager that has managed Three Lions, at the biggest occasion, they just somehow managed to put out a disjointed squad. Why is Morgan Rogers on the right? Don't you have any
Yeah.
right winger? Are you telling me you don't have any right winger?
He,
Madueke
he
is injured. Saka is injured. They are
he
all
didn't
injured.
bring
That is
most
now
of his
playing.
creative guys too.
Yeah.
That's going to hurt him really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mainly not
Creative
even
guys he
touching the
dropped.
ball. Mainly didn't even
Yeah,
touch the ball at this tournament. And he
yeah.
played
Kobe
Jordan
Mino
Minus.
didn't get a
Henderson.
chance. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even
So
Minus
Eze,
0 minutes.
Eze came on a couple of times. But
Right?
I think, and I'm just to add, like you say, like I think is it just an England problem too in terms of they just don't have that unit, that team, that structure as a country of how they play. And to be fair, we say England has the best league in the world. English Premier League is the best league in the world, but is it the best? It's not the best league in the world because it has good English players. Is the best league in the
yeah.
world
For
because it
some
yeah.
has a lot of
foreigners.
good foreign players
Foreigner.
that play
Yeah.
the league with
Yeah,
us. So I think in a way that kind of give people false reference. I think England coaches have look at compared to the Spanish team, all of these great. Look at that team. Look at that. Remember, like everybody knows how to use team
yeah,
players.
Yes,
don't,
please.
yeah,
And
and
they
it
have
didn't
that
work
thing,
also.
right? And it didn't work also when they put all of them. You know how they play. So I think England and so now they've gone for balance and they've left out Foden, Kopama, and all those people, even Eze, and gone for balance of Declan Rice,
Yeah.
and it still
Anderson.
not work. So what is really the problem with England? Like, why can't England, like you said, when in the biggest of stages, when they meet a team that is either equal to them or slightly better than them, they've not beaten any one of them since before
I
Gareth
think
Southgate. But if you
exactly.
play any other people below them, they beat them, they win the ball. Like
Yeah.
when in those
The
big
problem is,
games,
I think it has to do with the manager not being able to manage the game in that moment.
Yeah.
What did
But that's
okay?
why they got
So
Tuchel. The
no,
excuse was Southgate couldn't manage
the
Big
game
The
tough
big
moment.
mo-
games.
big moments.
Yeah. Look at Harry Kane today. Swap Thomas Tuchel with maybe Luis de la Fuente of Spain. Any other top manager, do you think they allow Harry Kane play 90 minutes? No. If you look at Harry Kane, if you look at Morgan Rogers, what did they really do in this game to deserve 90 minutes? In games like this, at the highest stakes, you must be ready and willing to do what is necessary,
Yeah.
not what is palatable, what looks good to the player. If you need to take off Harry Kane to make sure you win your game, take him off. If you need
Did
to take off
Watkins even get a
Morgan
chance in this tournament at all?
no.
No,
sure, I
well,
don't think so.
no, not even.
Yeah.
And are you going to tell me that Watkins, how many goals did he score last season? Season before, the seasons before, he's a seasoned goal scorer.
Yeah.
Could even play on the wings
He's a
too,
seasoned
because
goal
he
Yeah.
can
scorer.
run in behind very well.
Argentina that went with a 4-4-2, they know what they are doing,
Yeah.
right? As good as Harry Kane is, probably the most brilliant striker of his era or whatever,
Yeah.
the negative to his play is that he suffocates the midfielders because he drops deep into the midfield, he vacates the 9 position, and then England can't play with one football, like pinpoint football, because they don't have a point man. Kane is no longer a point man. He doesn't give you that direct point man that Lautaro Martinez will
Yeah.
give Argentina, right? It doesn't give them that. You could float across into the England offensive half, and Kane is with maybe Declan Rice in midfield. But if you have an Oli Watkins, if he stays on the 9,
Yeah,
if
and that
Kane is
even helps
dropping,
keep the defense line
Yeah.
you
back.
get. But they've not had the manager that can do what is necessary on the night in this game. React to what you have in front of you
In front of
to
you.
win that game. No, they've just never had it. So, and I think the only way they can have it is if traditional English football develops. A foreigner will not do it for you.
Yeah.
And a weak, don't let me say weak, a manager with no pedigree, an English manager with no pedigree will not do it for you either.
Yeah.
Because these players will tell you we are bigger than you. Who are you? Southgate
Mm-hmm.
had managed, I think, at Middlesbrough. That was his
Middlesbrough.
biggest job.
Yeah.
So you can't expect someone like that to tell Harry Kane, I'm subbing you off at 60 minutes. You can't. But if they have a manager, someone like Alex Ferguson, that has been very successful, that is now managing the national team, if he tells you to sit down, you know, yes, I have to sit down. So, except they fix their root football, like they need to develop a successful English manager
Yeah.
that can now
Also, and
go
I
to the
think,
national team.
yeah, and I think also a successful, not just successful English manager coach, but like someone who has come through the rank
Knows English football.
Yeah, if you look at it generally, Tommy, what do you think?
and who has developed players through the rank.
Okay.
Um,
No, we lost to Joshua.
Oh no, we
That's
lost
why I
to
wanted
Joshua for a
to.
bit. You can
oh,
continue.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
just
lost.
talk about like Spain because look at before Luis de la Fonte, let's not forget that Luis Enrique was took them to the last World Cup and it was also a
Yeah.
shambles. And then they brought this guy who, I mean, to a lot of us was unknown. But he's come through the ranks of Spain. He's coached the under 18s,
Yeah,
under
the
21s,
junior teams. Yeah.
and most of these boys came through him in that
Yeah.
team. So just to buttress on what Philip is saying, like he knows this guy is in and out, like them Omo, then Ferran, then like he can really talk to them, even though he's not like been very successful in club football, but like he knows them and they know him very well. So you could see even his tournaments, like even how he plays, like using that Mikel or Yatabao up front and
Yeah.
switching Pedri for Fabian Ruiz in and out and all of that. And using the
Yeah.
19-year-old Kubasi, like when you also have experience of the bed. So because he has been through the system, he has come through the system. A lot of these players have come through the system with him, and he knows them well. Like you can't really say such for England. I don't even know if they are under whatever coach is right now. You don't see that development go through in England as you see in other countries. So it's yeah, it's a really tough one. And in that midfield, they just didn't have people that could control the tempo of the game. Whether that's from the players on the pitch or just the manager also passing that message across to them, like, you know what, just when you're one goal up and you can see that the opposition is trying to come, like, what you need best, not defending, not even going gongo
Someone
to
can hold
attack,
the ball.
is just to control the tempo. Like,
Yeah.
clear example is what we saw Spain do to France yesterday. Right, a lot of those triangle passes, just like knock the life out of them and suck out the whole energy, the will to survive. You could see them almost. France gave up at some point, like they just
Yeah.
couldn't. And England just have like these runners, box to box, Bellingham, Declan Rice, or like people who just want to be physical and run box to box, as opposed to trying to control the tempo of the game, which unfortunately it wouldn't be coming home to me. So uh, we'll have to try again.
Yeah,
Let's see.
exactly.
I mean, because I know they extended Thomas Tuchel's contract past this World Cup. Let's see if he remains. But again, it's the usual thing we say with England. Like at that critical moment on the big stage, they just sometimes they just can't get over the line. Like they just somehow some way can't get over.
Unknown caller.
I think this is what it takes to be able to really separate the boys from the men. But Tom, what do you want to say anything on what
Yeah.
England should have done differently
I
before we
was
talk a little bit about Spain and do some predictions for the final?
yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna go back to what you said about the low block. Like, I feel I don't understand why he would do that when he knows that Argentina have an X factor on their team, as in Messi. So you're
Okay.
going in a low block. When Messi thrives against low blocks, he unlocks every. When you play against him, I saw the game plan at the start of the game. I think he put Anderson on Messi, tried to get into him at the start, trying to wriggle him off his rhythm. But as they got into the game, and as soon as he went to the low block, I had a feeling in my head like this is Messi's type of environment. And as you can see, he's come out with the game with 2 assists, 2 brilliant assists, and he keeps on providing even at the old age that he is. He's 38. Even think about it. And he just skipping past people like I saw he skipped past Riley, like and Riley like 21, and he just skipped past him with ease. It shows like the brilliance of Messi towards like, and that's how he unlocks teams and just. He's the heartbeat of the Argentina team, and it's very hard for England to keep him out, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they came to the game wrong. I think they could have kept a lot of I think their width left as soon as they made those defensive changes. Because I think they made a change of O'Reilly for Gordon,
Konsa
And
came in.
exact Consta came in, Dan Burn
And
came in.
one and
I
both
think
came
he was
Yeah.
thinking this the Argentina game was gonna be similar to the Mexico game.
Mexico game, exactly
Because
what
the
it
Mexico
is.
game, if they went down to 10 men, which is understandable, and that's why I understand he will go to a low block in that team. Mexico don't have the best quality of players, but because it's at
Players,
home,
yeah.
I think even the English media hyped that up to be such a big, fantastic win. Even though it's Mexico, let's say they play Mexico in Qatar or in Wembley, they wouldn't be saying this
Yeah.
altitude, this that, and the other. They won't say Mexico has a chance. And they were making it like England or the underdogs. I don't think England should ever be the underdogs. I think England are one of the best teams in this tournament. So them already doing them as that, and then they did it the same against Norway as well. Oh, such a brilliant win. Or this time, I don't even think they played particularly well against Norway. I think it's just the brilliance of Jude Bellingham in that team and the standout characters that helped them progress far in this tournament. I also feel that midfield between with Rice and Anderson, I don't think it helps them control games at all. I
all.
think that because Mainu's been on the bench, he didn't touch a single ball this entire tournament, and I feel like Rice and Anderson, they're like for like midfielders. They do the same thing. They're ball characters. They're more physical in the challenges and everything. I feel like a Mainu which would set the tempo, carry the
Slow. You
ball
just need someone
forward,
to slow the game down.
yeah, link the attack to defense. I think Rice, Bellingham, and Anderson in that middle three. It's just
Zero
I feel too
creativity.
physical. Exactly, zero creativity. I think bring a Mainu or Wharton who didn't select or
He did
Wharton
select
into the
Messi,
thing
yeah.
could unlock other games, unlock games that he had. The winger selection, in my opinion, was very poor from him today. Gordon, I know, I'm not really a big fan of Gordon. I know I would stop because he presses a lot and he'll get on the back foot. I think he had a decent game today, but Rogers, I don't. He's costing his width when he has Madueke and Saka. He could even put
Why
a
Saka?
Rashford
Why
on.
didn't Saka?
I don't understand.
But
I
Saka
don't,
is not 100% because looking at the nature of his
But
injury,
even Saka
least,
not 100%
bring him
can
in.
still do more than.
yeah,
Yeah, even the last game he did well against Norway. Like
Yeah,
in the
you
game,
know, he gave a good, he gave an
I was
assist.
surprised
Yeah.
against he didn't start and he opted for
Saka in the
Mahrez.
last 20
And I
minutes can
think
do a lot. He can hold the ball.
yeah, he would have brought in Saka if, for instance, they were a goal behind and they were trying to chase the game or it was still 0-0. Because they had gone one goal up and he wanted to
Yeah,
defend,
it was
he didn't bring
too cool
Saka
style
anymore.
anyway.
And I think he went to the low block way too
way
early.
too early.
I understand, like,
15 minutes,
I understand
right?
managers doing low block like near the end of the match. I think right after the goal, I think 70 something minutes, started making substitution. When he should have been analyzing Argentina throughout the tournament. For the start of the tournament, Argentina have been scoring late goals around 80th minute to 90th minute. That's the time where they really like switch on. And I don't understand why he would make substitutions like that. I know I feel like he was just trying to not
Probably,
to
I
be
think maybe he was trying to prove a point that I know how to
Yeah.
get the defensive job done, and I think it failed. Again, like I always say, when you do these things against a
The end
quality
justifies
side,
the means.
no,
He
I
had
agree.
no-
The end justifies the means, but again, you have to be circumspect with who you are dealing with. Again, if it was an Argentine side that wasn't stepping up towards the end of games, that would also give up. Yes, you might get away with it, but like Thomas said, the last games Argentina played, they didn't play anything until they were behind and towards the end of the games. So why do you now set up in a way that favors that team to play in that way? Like I mentioned, the crosses, those crosses keep coming. In fact, the funny thing, I and Joshua were chatting. So while we were chatting, Joshua said, "What am I seeing?" And that was when the second goal came in. Because
Wow.
no matter how much you are very good as a defending team, what makes you a good defensive team is lack of tests, so to speak, like Philip said. If you're not tested, then you say you're a good defender. But if you are tested continuously, you're going to break at some point.
That's
I
At some
feel
point,
like
you're going to break.
there was a bit in the game where I feel like England had so much of the momentum. I think it was when Simeone went on the attack and Jespen put a tackle in right
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
the goal. I
Yeah.
think England should have kept on pushing on then when Jespen was like shouting
But
at the
they went
fans,
back.
getting everyone hyped.
Yeah.
But
They
then
went back.
Tuchel made them regress into the own half, regress deeper. With Harry Kane not coming off earlier, there's no vocal point at the top. So you're
Yeah.
expecting Bellingham to drive all the way, and you can see he's running out of steam. Even I don't think Bellingham he's very fit.
He
He
was
can really
spent.
run a lot, but he couldn't
Yeah.
do it all by himself. Rodgers, I don't think offered too much. I think if you have natural width with Saka and Gordon, or Saka and Rashford, someone like that that can keep hook to the touchline, stretch the Argentinian
That's the
fullbacks,
word.
and they
Up
have
the
something
touchline.
to worry about. Because as soon as they brought the Paul into the team, the ball was just spamming crosses into the thing,
Yeah, and
and they
Montiel
just
on the
couldn't
right
deal
there.
with it. So yeah,
Do,
that's why
do you think also, like, just, I mean, question for everyone, like, do you think England going ahead cost
Was a
them?
blessing in disguise for Argentina.
Yeah. Do you think
Yeah.
if maybe Argentina scored first,
Eh,
you don't think we might have seen a different England?
So let me go first. So I think this is what based on the question. I think England, they have this I would like to say they have something over their shoulder that they feel they can't defeat these teams.
okay.
These teams that are bigger than them. So they were all out at, what, let's prove a point that we can do it. We can do it. Then if when they have a glimpse of, oh, we're close to it, then they forget that they're actually playing a team they've always been scared of. Why do I say this? Even if they didn't score that goal the first, they were playing like if we concede is over. If you get what I mean. So they were so skeptical about their ability that, don't let these guys score. Again, I would ask this question back. Do you think England would have come back if they were go down?
I don't think
I would like to say yes, just because of the attackers he would have brought on,
Brought
and that would have
so
changed the game a bit.
so
And
that
we
answers
know
my
that
question.
Argentina are not
It
known
should have played that way all through.
for their defensive prowess, because you
That
can
answers
get
my
at them.
question. It should have just played that way all through.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, again, like I always say, hindsight. We can
Yeah, it's
analyze
a
it now.
beautiful thing. I'm just watching
Everything
the
is in
goals. I mean,
hindsight.
the first goal,
Yeah.
like, it were just so deep. Messi has always done the short corner, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think even before the corner, I think it was Enzo Fernandez's shot that led to the corner,
Corner,
and
yes,
they've
yeah.
been giving him a lot of space. And the corner came in again, and no one just quickly went up to either Messi or Enzo
See, or
Fernandez.
to
Like,
yeah.
he had so much
He had
space,
so much
but then
space. Yeah.
it was Bellingham who was trying to make the run, but by then the shot had gone, and I mean Pickford, who I'm not. It wasn't like to the top corner, like, but again, it was still a good strike. But England were just so deep at that point in time that they couldn't get up quickly.
I've just seen something that I've just seen after Anthony Gordon's opener. England had 12% possession, and
12.
Argentina had 88%
Yeah.
possession, which I
That was
think
too
is
much.
unacceptable for a
Yeah.
England team with that much quality in
Much
the
quality.
It's
squad.
not like you're playing a championship team, like,
Yeah.
12 after
I
the
mean, when I
goal.
saw the goal, I was
Yeah.
like, when they got the equalizer, I was like, definitely Argentina want to finish this off before extra time. But you could
Yeah.
see the momentum. Like, another
It
team might be like,
was.
okay, you know what, we've gotten the equalizer. Let's reserve our energy to extra time and maybe penalty. But they just
No,
kept
they
going
keep
because they could
going.
smell blood. They could see that
Yeah.
England on the ropes, and the second goal just. I mean, you could see the second goal, it was a free. Oh yeah, it was just
Oof.
I think
Argentina. I mean,
the
like,
keeper was also to
firstly,
blame for that cross.
Yeah.
He could have just come out now. Things were moving a bit fast.
No.
no,
See
I
what
don't
I'm
think
saying,
so. I
Joshua?
don't
You
think
have to
so.
see. The guy had how many saves in how many minutes? The second goal came from a second cross. The whipping was hard. That whipping from Messi was
Messi.
hard. Like the first one that
I,
came
I,
back.
I didn't even know
Oh,
Messi would take his right leg. He used his right leg to give that cross
exactly.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they like this. They like, go to your right. Let's see what you can do with your right, and then he puts in that perfect
So
goal.
so it's.
Yeah, it was just.
Yeah.
So I think for the predictions generally,
Yeah, we can talk about
we can just
them.
start from Philip. How do you think the final will look like? Also put into perspective the performance of Spain generally.
So, well, I think the final will be a little feisty because Spain likes to hold on to the ball. Argentina a little their way of disrupting plays. They are aggressive. They kick you, and for people that like to hold on to the ball, once you kick them a couple of times, they might be rattled. Right? Once you kick those Spanish boys a little, here and there, they might be rattled. But if they are going to excel in their final, they are going to have to depend on the likes of Fabian Ruiz, um, Rodri, the old players, not the young boys, not the young guys. So
Lamine Yamal and co.
yeah, I mean, once they kick Lamin like 2, 3 times, I think they'll shut him up easily. Once they kick him and his Achilles are on fire, his toes are tingling and all that, he might, and he might get overwhelmed with the occasion of I'm facing Messi,
Messi.
it's Lamin versus Messi. the old master versus the young blood and all that. So all that might get into his head, and he will be trying too many things. He will be overcompensating, trying to over dribble, not wanting to pass, trying to shoot. Trying to steal the start the
Sure.
show, right? That is on one side. But I think again, the same way we've always seen Argentina set up, they will set up that way 4-4-2, try to box in Spain as quickly as possible. What might change the game entirely is a quick Spanish goal. If Spain goes ahead quickly, say in the first 20 to 25 minutes, that might be a floodgate of just
Goals.
pure goals. Spain will
Yeah.
just take that as an incentive to keep going.
Yeah.
However, if Argentina find a way to get ahead, then they might be difficult to break down. The onus will now be on Spain to try to probe and try to break them down. I can't really remember Spain coming from behind in this game, in this
Yeah.
World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you haven't.
A team has come from behind like 4 straight games.
Games.
That is memory, that is experience, that is amongst the group. They are telling themselves, no matter the game state, we can do it. We've come from
We
two
can
goals
do it.
down,
Yeah.
we've come from one goal down, we've come from. So no matter what they throw at us, we can do it, right? So you don't also want to give them that score early, then don't do anything to them again. No, keep going, keep scoring as many as you can. Because with this Argentinian team, we've seen that even 2 goals will not save you. So I don't think either manager would overthink it. I think Spain will still go with their Ruiz Rodri
Yeah.
pipe. It is very paramount that Rodri has a hell of a
Good
game.
game.
Yeah, if Rodri has a good
Yeah.
game and is the tempo setter in the midfield, is the tempo dictator, is the fire coordinator in the midfield, Spain they are good and clear because they have players to hurt Argentina. But the longer the game goes into a stalemate, and nobody has been successful to break down the either party, then the more Argentina will be, in sense like, yeah, we can do this. This is our natural environment. This is where we thrive. We thrive in the last 15 minutes of the game when anything can happen. Let's make anything happen. That's what Argentina will tell themselves. But if you are 3 goals down in the last 15 minutes of the game, there's literally nothing you can
Against Spain,
do.
there's nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, so it depends on who converts their
Who comes
chance.
to the party? Yeah.
I'm expecting someone like Messi to create about maybe 0.8 or one full expected assist. He will. He will create something as clear as a clear one chance that if you convert it, it's a goal.
Yeah.
Now, will the Argentine on the night, whoever gets that chance, will
They
the
convert
occasion
it.
not be too big for you to keep your nerve, to keep your cool, convert the chance? The likes of Danny Olmo, the likes of Lamine Yamal, they have like a Ballon d'Or on the line, particularly
Yeah.
for Yamal. Yamal probably has a Ballon d'Or on the line. I don't think he's deserving of it. That's a separate conversation. But his stake to a Ballon d'Or this year might be resting on that performance in the
Yeah.
final,
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
right? So they will be all out. Those young Spanish players will be all out, all guns blazing. They will be all guns blazing. However, the people that have been there most recently, who are the defending champions, Argentina, they might have the composure to withstand the pressure, withstand the wave of attack, soak it in, then let's go step after step. Let's now execute a very well controlled game. If they can withstand the first wave of Spanish pressure, I think they might just be the first people to record a back-to-back World Cup victory.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think I like that interface. Crespo, do you want to give us what your prediction looks like? Because from what Philip is saying, it looks like he has identified a weakness on the Spanish team, which Argentina may be able to take advantage of. If not, we most likely see a Spain winning it. Yeah.
So the flip side to that is, over time, we've known this Spanish team to be a team that has not played individuals. Throughout all the games they've played as a team. And like I think Tomiwa and Joshua mentioned, De La Fuente has been coaching that team or core of that team from their youth days. So, and again, you can see that we didn't see a lot of an explosive Yamal. One, he was injured, and two, there are filters that the coach is heavy on him, on just do what the team wants. Don't get into the Barcelona Yamal. If you look at the game against France, he didn't do so much of trying to take on 3 people. It was a lot of passing, creating openings. So, like Philip said, if he gets into his head and he wants to show that, oh, I'm better than Messi, or I'm the new guy on the block, that might rub off the team. But if he plays the way he played against France, where he was in the game but it was not the focal point,
Focal
as
point.
to say, okay, it has to go through Yamal, then we'll see a different game from Spain. I would want to see a Spain win, because I don't want a back-to-back World Cup.
World Cup.
But however, it will be wrong and myopic of me to rule Argentina out. Again, like I always say, the quality you have in Lionel Messi, in Lautaro Martinez, in Alvarez, in your front
Even
line.
Enzo Fernandez is playing well in this competition.
Yeah. You have McAllister. That guy is a very good player. So, again, Spain were able to shut down all of those beautiful attackers we saw in France. They couldn't do anything. The question is, can they do the same? And the only way they can do the same is if they can take over that mid from the Argentine midfield, where Messi is suffocated. He doesn't have any pass that comes to him regularly, where they are able to, like Philip said, Olmo, Fabian, Rodri. If they are on point on that day, I think they will take Argentina out. But however, when you have a Messi in a team, like Zlatan said after the post game, he said, when the little man wakes up, every other person goes to sleep. So, don't wake Messi up. Don't wake him up.
Yeah,
that's my point. Yeah.
So, Josh, what do you think about the prediction?
I think I mean, basically what Philip and Crespo has mentioned, and I think it's going to be a different game. I think it's going to be also a very similar game, because both teams like to keep possession of the ball.
Possession, yeah.
If you watch Argentina also, they like to control the tempo and all of that. And I think it will be different from the France game for Spain, because compared to the midfielders Argentina have, they actually have technical, good midfielders that can control the tempo, as opposed to Tchouaméni. After Rabiot came up against Spain, they lost the
over.
So if you look at likes of Paredes, Enzo Fernandez, McAllister, and Messi, that's the midfield four that can hold the ball to as well as Spain. So it's going to be difficult, like the France game. So like Kevin said, I think it's going to be a battle of the midfield, whoever can control that midfield. And I think like Philip said, if Spain gets an early goal in that first 20-25 minutes, it could just dictate the play and take away the game from Argentina, just because of that's what we saw against France, and it just gives them the opportunity to be able to play how they want to play, in terms of picking their time, knocking the ball around, and just trying to make the ball out of the game for Argentina. So Argentina will have to withstand that first 20-25 minutes, just make sure it's 0-0 for as long as possible. And like Philip said, which I also agree, is that the longer it stays 0-0, I think the more it favors Argentina as opposed to Spain. For Spain, they would want it to be one. They want to go in the lead as early as possible and start to control the game. The longer it stays 0-0, the more Argentina fired up, and the more Argentina would. If you had like the last 15 minutes to win a game, I would tip Argentina over Spain in that last, from 75th minute going to 90 to try to win the game. But again, I think everything depends on what happens in that first 20-25 minutes. It's going to be an interesting game. We'll see. I mean, it could go either way, really. It's almost like a toss of coin. If Spain were to win, I wouldn't be surprised. If Argentina were to win also, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, it's just anyone really. Like we saw against France, anyone that turns up, no one is going to give you. They have to both go and grab that game, like grab it by the scruff of the neck and play. That is the World Cup final. It doesn't come every time, right?
Yeah.
There's history on the line for these boys. They've not gotten to the semi-final since the last one in Spain. And it's a new crop of players. They won the Euros 2 years ago, so they are going for. They will be one of the few teams that have done the Euros and the
World Cup the second time.
The last Spain in 2010, they also did it. So these guys are chasing a record. Then also Messi wants to do, and Argentina doing it back to back. That's going to be crazy at 30-90. So everything is on the line. It makes for a great spectacle for us neutrals who are going to watch it. So again, I would say extra time, perhaps. And I think either team would win. I really can't say. I mean, my heart wants Messi, of course. It's Spain.
Yeah. Tommy, why do you want to give us your 2 cents on what do you think the final will look like?
I think it's what everyone said pretty much. I think Spain are probably going to control possession. Rodri is going to be, I think, very important for Spain in that
Important,
game,
extremely
protecting
important.
that
Yeah.
defense, especially what he did against France. I think he had an excellent game against France. I think that was like the Ballon d'Or Rodri. That was the Rodri that won the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Just protecting the defense, playing the ball so comfortable in the ball. I think Spain's midfield are very like extremely comfortable with the Ruiz, and even if you bring Ruiz or more, you can bring Pedri on from the bench. It's like
Yeah.
very extremely good depth in the midfield. But I also think Spain are quite wasteful in their chances throughout this entire tournament. I watched their group stage. Their group stage wasn't the best, especially with against Cape Verde, again even in the knockout rounds against
Belgium.
Portugal. So
Yeah.
Portugal and Belgium. I also think they've not been as clinical with Oyarzabal up front. I'm not saying he's not a good striker, but I think if they had a more clinical person, it would be better. I also think Yamal, I think he's going to have. I don't think he's going to have a good game. I think he's going to try and do a lot by himself. I remember he liked in the France game he played quite well, passing the ball as quickly and stuff. But I feel like this game, because it's a World Cup final, and I think the occasion gets to head. I feel like he's going to be talking a lot before the final in the press conferences, like he's been doing. So I think he's going to be saying a lot of stuff, and I also think it might come back. Cause I think Argentinians, I think they're gonna like see that he's talking. I'm gonna give it hard to him in the game.
Yeah.
I also feel like he's gonna try and do a lot by himself more than playing with the team, because I feel like it's as big as an occasion and he's quite young. I think it might just get to his head and he's gonna think, oh, I have to do this by myself, or it's me. I have to put my name out there, show them I'm the best in the world and stuff. But I think it will come back to bite them. Argentina, I think they will play well. I think they might go in a deeper formation, try and do 3-4 players on Yamal, or just crowd out the ball when Spain have it. I also feel like that 80 to 90 minute period is going to be very crucial for Argentina. I also think Spain will get an early goal in this game, but the thing is, if they don't get another goal in quick succession like they did against France, because I think against France, once they got the first goal in the penalty, everyone's thinking France might come back later in the game.
Yeah,
But as soon as they got that second goal, everybody's mind switched.
Yeah.
I think France were also thinking that they're also going to score another goal later. But once they scored the second goal, you could see all the France players, they're trying desperately after the goal. So I think that if Spain scored a second goal before Argentina score one, I think it might be a very tough game for Argentina to get back into. But I will never rule them out, because they have Messi and what they've been doing throughout the tournament. It showed us to not rule them out. But I think the game will definitely go to extra time. I'm not sure we win it. I want Spain to win it though. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think we've done some good time. 52 minutes.
Yeah.
We're able to kind of dispel every form of misgivings and also put forward our approach. You know, what we feel that they should have done differently, and I think everything has a season. Unfortunately for me, I wanted an English team in the final. You know,
You wanted it to come home.
now let an English team just be in the final. You know, since an African team couldn't get it done. You know. But you know, sometimes we have different plans, and the people on the field have different plans as well. The people on the field have different plans, so you don't know whether they are thinking the way you are thinking. So, but that's a good one. Thank you guys for showing up in very, very short notice, and thank you for making it count. Once we're able to put it on YouTube, I'll just send a link to everybody, and you know, see you guys in the final. May the better team win. Thank you very, very much for your time. And,
Thanks,
enjoy
guys.
the rest
Tommy,
of the day.
thanks.
Yeah,
Phil,
thanks,
thanks.
man. Enjoy,
Yeah.
man. Cheers. Yeah, bye.